Hello all. Right, this is another piece of scenery done. This is a plastic kit, one of the GW scenery ones. And what I've really tried to do here is not go too overboard with colour. The sun's a bit bonkers at the moment, so you'll just have to see how and where you can. But yeah, I tried keeping it fairly dulled down, fairly muted, but with just a few little areas that pick it out in certain sort of subtle tones and colours. So we can see on the door there, kept it all pretty unified with itself. So, you know, some muted grey that goes with the muted colour of the door. The decorative things above the door I've picked out in a slightly different grey to the door. The lights themselves I wanted glowing this kind of like creepy green colour. And underneath I've actually sort of like reinforced that with silvers and other colours like that to just try and give a suggestion of light popping out. I think the silver did it in the end. And the other interesting thing about this piece, aside from the fact that it takes ages to do if you want to do it so-called well, is that you can build it in many different ways. So the way I've done this is kind of like tells a little story with a theme. Let's walk outside. Might be better out here. Right, on Mr. Ground. So yeah, that's better, isn't it? So we can see these little Aquila Eagle type things, and those have just been like heavily washed and so on. And yeah, you can see this bit's busted open here and the pipes and just left in neglect. And what I've done with one of these parts, that one there, is I've actually cut it and hacked away at it. One of the support structure things. So you can see it's gone because it was a full one. And I planned it so that the end corner one obviously had been blown off in the explosion that took the whole corner of the building off. So that one I've done it so that, you know, it's been partially broken off. And you can see that reflected in the upper level too. So for me it remains consistent. And yeah, you know, it's important to paint the inside as well, because people will go in there. It's just a nice piece, really. I didn't want to go too overboard, but as you can see, I did go a little bit overboard. And I just had this notion in my head, you know, of these like big fluted pipe things and these sort of like brass fixture bits and chains around it, and those are the things that really stand out against the grey of the stone. So it was just a case of really heavily washing, and I didn't really get stuck in with any of the like the rust effects or anything like that. So I just did it all with inks and washes. So there we go. Another piece ready to go. And then when I get my custom built table, you know, just pop it on down like you're meant to, and it's a really considerable, nice piece of scenery to rock and roll. Here we are.